It's October 2023, and the guest on VLADTV today is comedian Aries Spears. What DJ Vlad never could have predicted is that the interview would end up like this.
Thinking you know more about black culture than black people.
Despite the chaos and screaming you just saw, this interview actually started on a friendly note, with Aries and Vlad talking about the chemistry they have and how good the movie The Equalizer 3 was.
All right, here we go. Aries Spears.
Yo, what's up?
Welcome back.
Yeah, man, me and you kind of seem to have like a Howard Cosell, Muhammad Ali thing going on.
Yeah,
In terms of chemistry, man. People
Yeah,
really dig it.
I
They go,
dig it.
when Aries is on Vlad, I immediately hit click.
Uh,
So, much love to y'all, man. Apparently, I'm having some sort of impact.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, just recently the Equalizer 3 dropped.
Woo!
And you saw it. You lost your mind on Instagram. I haven't seen it yet. Is that good?
Fucking great.
Great.
Like I said, Denzel is a black superhero
Okay.
who needs to be protected at all costs.
During the interview, they talked about the likes of Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Blackson, Kevin Hart, and even Lizzo. But the interview gets super heated when Aries Spears felt like DJ Vlad was assuming he knew more about black people more than the people who are actually black people. This argument started while they were discussing the fact that until October, no hip-hop song had reached #1 throughout 2023. DJ Vlad then claimed that rap songs were not going #1 in the 90s.
Where they said that there hasn't been a real hit song in hip hop in like some time now.
Yeah, Doja Cat actually recently changed that. Her new song.
I know, but prior to that, what was the quote? What was the actual quote?
There was no hip-hop songs that went #1 in 2023 until this,
For the whole year.
For the whole year, yeah.
Now, when in my era did that happen?
Oh, #1 hip-hop songs, your era? Hip-hop songs were not going to #1 at all in the 90s. Ever.
In the 90s and 2000, there were no #1 hip hop songs?
Vlad insisted that hip-hop wasn't dominating the airwaves in the 90s, and that it wasn't the #1 genre in the industry.
Hip-hop was not dominating, was not pop music.
It was the
back then.
#1 form of music.
Not in the 90s, it wasn't. Absolutely not.
Rap
Absolutely
and
not.
hip hop?
In the 90s?
In the 90s.
You're bugging. No.
So when was it the #1 form of music?
This conversation went on for a while, and they eventually checked up the fact on the internet, and Aries Spears turned out to be right. And this is when the comedian completely loses his cool. Vlad has always been accused of behaving like he cares or knows about black people more than black people. Aries pretty much put him in his place and said what a lot of people actually felt about DJ Vlad.
Might be right.
Apologize to me.
I apologize. Hip-hop became...
Stop thinking you know more
Hip-hop-
shit
hip-hop
about
became-
black culture than black people.
Here we go. So you're actually right. Listen.
You know your facts like you know your rhythm, nigga.
Okay.
Out of here.
Hip-hop became a best-selling genre in the mid-90s and the top-selling music genre by 1999. So by 1999, it became the top-selling genre.
Okay, but prior to that, you telling me no #1s?
Vlad then states that there were #1 hip-hop albums, but not #1 hip-hop songs. But this time, Aries insists that he Google it, and even managed to give Vlad a new nickname.
Now, you're talking about songs or albums? Because a lot of albums would go #1. Like, for example, I think like NWA would go #1, but the songs itself...
Give me both. Give me both.
Okay, #1...
Mr. Tight Fingers.
Once again, DJ Vlad turns out to be wrong. Hip-hop not only had #1 albums, but also #1 songs in the 90s. And this time, Aries Spears makes sure he schools DJ Vlad.
All right, I'm wrong. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to break it down for you. So the first...
Wrong on both accounts of one.
Excuse me?
Wrong on both accounts of one. Album versus songs.
Well, no. I've always said that albums would go #1.
So songs you're
I'm
wrong.
talking about songs.
And you were wrong about the genre being #1 too, right?
That's right.
Don't you ever say another mother word to me, dude.
Okay, so the
You're a
first...
troll.
I'm not a troll. I sometimes not get... I don't get it right sometimes.
But you think you get it more right than me. And this is just my pigmentation. I live in this skin.
Okay. So the #1 hip-hop song was Self-Destruction.
Okay. I
1989.
don't care what song it was.
Me, Myself, and I, De La Soul.
You can give me
89.
all of that all day. I'm telling you in terms of the placement, like I said, I come from excellence. I'm not the old man on the porch. I'm the rich nigga in the mansion. My driveway.
Get out my driveway.
Yeah. Nigga, I own a driveway, not a porch.
That's how we're gonna end it.
But this won't be the only time Aries Spears was on VLADTV. The comedian was on the show in December 2022, and he and Vlad were talking about successful black entrepreneurs in the fashion industry. Aries stated that apart from Kanye, there are not many black designers who were at the very top of the fashion industry. DJ Vlad then mentions Virgil Abloh. However, Aries explains that he doesn't know Virgil Abloh and that the average black man on the street doesn't know who Virgil is.
Who's Virgil?
You know who Virgil is? Virgil Abloh?
I don't.
The Off-White guy? You never heard of Off-White?
No.
It was huge. You've never seen Off-White? Hold
No.
on, let me show you what it was.
But how many black people?
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
This is actually important because
All right,
this is actually,
I'm asking you though. Why you pull it up?
This is a big figure.
Why you pull it up? How many people?
You never seen like these sneakers that have like the tags on them and stuff like that? No, you never seen
No,
this?
ever.
Okay,
But how many
anyways,
black people you think know of an Off-White? Know that name?
Every black person I know knows all about Off-White.
Well, you talking about the black? You talking about street black people?
I'm talking
the
about
common black person.
everyone. Off-White are like the most
Name some of the. Hold up.
Aries Spears tells Vlad that once again he believes he knows more about black culture and community than the black people themselves. But Aries insists that Vlad really doesn't know as much about black culture as he thinks he does.
sought after Nike sneakers that they make.
Vlad, I know you like to think you have your finger on the pulse of the black community.
Everyone, trust me, everyone in the
Vlad,
comments
let
knows
me
about
talk.
Off-White.
I'm gonna quote something that people say
Okay.
about your show.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up and stop talking over people.
Okay, go ahead.
My question to you is
Go
this,
ahead.
because I know you like to think you have your finger on the pulse of black culture more than black people. So my question is, name some of the black people that know Off-White.
Every rapper I know.
Okay. Stop right there.
Okay.
Every rapper you know.
Yes.
Do you think that the mainstream of black America gets a chance to know every rapper you know?
I think
And then you're talking about music, which bleeds into art. And part of hip hop is about clothing.
Right.
It's about style.
Right.
It's about swagger.
Yep.
And clothes represent swagger.
Yep.
I'm telling you, the average black person walking down the street, if you said to them, what's his name, Off-White?
well, his name is Virgil.
Oh, even more so. Do you know who Virgil is? Nah, Virgil who? In the mailroom?
Okay.
They would not go Virgil, the person that makes
All right,
clothes.
we'll see in the comments. We'll let the comments speak for itself.
And again, the reason why I asked you this is because I know the black people you're talking about. You know a lot of black people who are famous, who are wealthy,
Yep.
who are successful,
Yep.
who are in the biz. The biz is not mainstream America.
Fair enough.
The biz ain't niggas in Ohio. The biz ain't niggas in Arkansas. I guarantee you niggas in Arkansas and Ohio and everywhere else in the country have never heard of Off-White.
Okay. We're going to see the comments.
No, I know. I know. You know why I know?
we're gonna
Do
see
you know
the
why I
comments.
know? Ask me why I know.
Why do you know?
Because I'm black, nigga. I know my people. I know my community.
However, while Aries Spears does take his time when engaging with Vlad and answering the questions, some guests look like they don't even want to be there at all. DJ Vlad was interviewing the rapper U-God, who is a member of the Wu-Tang Clan. Vlad asked U-God about how much he was around during the early days of Wu-Tang and while they were making their first album. And I'm sure Vlad never expected the answer he got.
So the Wu-Tang Clan starts to form, and you guys start to work on the first project. How much of it did you actually see come together? Because at one point you end up getting locked up.
You know the damn story, Vlad, man. Stop acting like you don't know the damn story, man. You know I was locked up.
DJ Vlad then asked the rapper if he knew the 2 songs he appeared on the first album were going to be successful. But man, U-God really wasn't ready for no BS on this day.
The Wu-Tang album comes out, and you're on 2 songs. Mystery of Chess Boxing. You actually started off. When you put that together, did you think it was a hit?
Did I think it was a hit? I just put it together, man. And I just did my song, and I did my little piece, and I kept it moving. I don't think, I just do.
Okay. When you heard the whole album get put together, did you think that this was going to be something as big as what it became, or was it just another cool project?
Whatever, man. I don't understand why people even ask that, man. You just do the work and you just put the work in. Whatever happens, happens, man. As an artist, I don't see no artists out here sucking their own dick until this shit becomes successful. You know what I mean? Or until it becomes successful. Steve Rifkin didn't know it was going to be that successful neither until it hit the fan. So after it hit the fan, that's when we started realizing that this was going to be bigger than what it was going to be.
Vlad asked a similar question later on in the interview, and this time DJ Vlad becomes the one being interviewed on his own show.
I mean, when you put together Triumph, did you know how big it was going to be?
Nah, not really. You know, I don't know why people even ask us that, you know, how big it's going to be. You never know how big it's going to be until you're in there, man. you keep asking me that. Did you know how big you was going to be, motherfucker? Huh? Did you? No, not till you did it, didn't you? All right.
Well, you know, I mean, sometimes, though, you talk to certain artists, and they're like, yeah, when I recorded this, I knew it was going to be a hit.
Nah,
you know,
that's some bull. That's some bull. Oh, you know, that's them dudes sucking their own fucking. I don't hear that sucking shit, man.
U-God might be the most brutally honest interviewee ever, and I'm sure DJ Vlad ain't inviting him back anytime soon. Vlad then asked U-God about why Wu-Tang released 2 albums within a very short space of time.
Iron Flag dropped in 2001. Why so quick?
They wanted more records from us, you know. They just wanted more records. You know, we gotta keep the, you know, I don't know, man. We just do it how we had to do it.
Okay.
I can't tell you. You always asking me why this, why I don't know. Get that dude Riz in here, ask him all that sucker shit, please. You know, ask his monkey.
U-God is one of the very few guests that really kept Vlad on his toes throughout the interview. When Vlad asked about something he didn't want to talk about, he wasted no time telling him to switch the topic. And at some point, he even talked about shaving the interviewer's beard.
Let's talk about something else, man. Talk about something fucking happy. How about that?
Well, I just want to kind of end it with this. You actually went and got therapy afterwards.
Yeah. I had no, not afterwards. It took me a long time. I didn't get therapy till years and years down the line till I got, you know, I had a nervous breakdown and on all of the stuffing and the pain and all the shit I went through. Then finally capsized and reached this border. You just come off the top of your head. Like, see, I see you got a bed right there, right? See, I would just take your bed, yank you by your bed right there, and just shave your bed with an ice cold razor, right? Then splash fucking Clorox on your face.
U-God is that interviewee with unfiltered salty answers and was here to play no games. However, no guest on the show has ever had Vlad fearing for his safety and picking his words carefully, like Mike Tyson did. The former world champion was on the show in December 2020. During the interview, he and Vlad were talking about the relationship he has with the streets. DJ Vlad stated that Mike Tyson seems to be attracted to gang members and the homies still hustling in the streets.
Always, you know, you talk about your relationship with Zip. You know, Zip is kind of a very interesting figure. Zip was kind of the go-between between like Puffy and all the Southside Crips.
Maybe.
You know, what is it, you know, here you are, this multimillionaire, and, you know, it seems like you've always been attracted to the guys that are still in the streets to a certain degree. Do you think that's a fair statement?
You think I'm attracted to them?
Mike Tyson was clearly annoyed by this question, and after this, you can tell Vlad probably glanced at security and was picking his next words very carefully. DJ Vlad starts behaving like he was a witness being questioned at a trial, and at some point you even hear him try to defuse the situation by saying, "I'm just asking."
Well, not attracted to them, but I mean, you like having them around. You're friends with them and you
You
maintain
think I like
this.
having them around?
I'm just asking.
You think I like, you think I'm friends? What do you think? You think I like having them around?
I don't know. You just spoke nicely about Zip, so I just thought.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson then explains that rather than what Vlad said, he's not attracted to street guys. Instead, they are his friends because these are the guys he grew up with. And he wasn't going to stop being friends with them because he was now a millionaire.
you know who these guys are? When you talk, what do you say about me? I'm this big, whatever I am, right? But you know who those guys are? Those are the guys that when I'm, whoever I am is a nobody. I mean, those are the guys that live in the same building with me. They give my mother salt or sugar if they need, or milk. They're the same guys. They're the same guys you rob streets with, and you went to juvenile detention with, and then you went to boxing, you got locked up, went to boxing, they got locked up, got up and went to the drug business, and then you see them, and they know this guy, and then you remember this guy from this time, and you went to school with this guy, and you know this guy, and this guy mother, and your guy mother went to school together, and this is the whole family, and then everything do is just what they do. And we just love them and got their back, and I just don't know how we got all these people. I say it all the time, how come I worry about these guys dying? Because these are who we are.
You've got to admire the way Mike Tyson continues to educate DJ Vlad. Tyson states that he doesn't even think these people are bad guys, and that he's not even smarter than them. Instead, Tyson explained that he was lucky to find boxing, and life just took his friends in a different direction.
We are. I don't think they're bad guys. I think they made mistakes.
I agree. Some of my close friends are guys just like this.
I don't think they're bad guys. They got bigger hearts than I do.
I agree.
They're smarter than I am. You know. Sometimes I think I deserve to be in prison more than they do. You know. Just by the grace of God.
Just like Mike Tyson stood up for his friends, back in November 2022, Akon made sure that no one was going to slander his friend's name in his presence. During this interview, Akon and DJ Vlad were talking about his friendship with Michael Jackson. Akon was asked about the type of women MJ was interested in. Akon stated that Michael was interested in supermodels, and that this was why he used to have them in his videos.
He was into, I guess, the supermodel type females?
Yeah, Mike was human. Like, he was human. He liked everything we like.
The tall. But he wasn't into the thick women, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he liked supermodels.
Supermodels,
yeah,
tall,
he
thin, and so forth.
But it all made sense, though. Now I know why he always had, like, supermodels in his videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had the supermodels in the
Campbell.
Video. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
DJ Vlad then starts to talk about the allegations that MJ used to mess around with little children. Akon stated that this wasn't true, and that it was all BS.
And I remember just going through the whole story and so forth and kind of digging into the background and everything. And I remember, because there was always, you know, from the outside looking in, you're like, well, was the allegations true? Was he really into little kids? You know, I mean,
he wasn't, man.
Well, clearly.
He was nowhere near that.
Right.
DJ Vlad continues with this line of conversation and stated that some of the things that MJ did with little children were not appropriate. And this is where Akon draws the line. He shut down Vlad for these comments and made it clear he wasn't going to let anyone insult his friend's name in his presence.
But clearly, some of the stuff he did wasn't really appropriate for an adult
That's
man.
all shit, Vlad. I'm not gonna let you start there.
I'm not gonna.
Listen, I live.
Listen. No, I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish this.
No, Vlad, because I don't want you to finish it and the shit go all over the internet on some negative shit. You know how that shit works.
Okay.
Mike's legacy got to be protected, bro. The nigga he was a true soul, like pure-hearted.
Yeah.
Nothing negative about him. Right. Everything that all the love that he came towards like kids was genuine because he wanted kids to progress and grow to be the best they could be.
Yeah.
You know, obviously he was a kid star, so he probably didn't get a lot of those things that normal kids get. So I can probably see where he was pulling from. But he genuinely just loved to see kids healthy and in a good place. He always wanted kids to be happy.
Mike Tyson and Akon didn't allow DJ Vlad to talk shit about their friends. But no one got more passionate talking about their friend like Treach did. Treach was one of Tupac's closest friends. And during this interview, he and Vlad were talking about how Pac was killed.
Join You, which I felt was the most heartfelt, you know, song about Tupac. How hard was that song to write?
I'm gonna cry through every verse, cry through the whole video. Hard to even watch the song without shedding tears. You feel me? Whole different beast, like when you got a brother and y'all dirt ass poor, nobody know you or anything else, y'all grow to be rich, famous, millionaires and anything else, and then you gotta survive the streets and die in this motherfucking industry. Like the most kind-hearted people that he was like a movement. He was a man of a movement. He wanted to save his people. He wanted to do so much for the people. He was a baby Panther and shit. Why didn't get assassinated like that? Like, it's very disrespectful.
Treach stated that he's seen too many documentaries about Pac's death and that a lot of people don't care about the fact that Pac was murdered. Instead, they're just trying to profit off his death.
Did you ever see a Rap documentary?
I don't look at too many. I've seen a lot of shit. I don't even know all the names of them shit, but I don't have to look at some shit I hear about what's said about shit. But listen, man, If anybody was going out to make money off, everybody got their own story, man.
Treach stated that it's no coincidence that the two biggest rappers of the 90s were assassinated, and the authorities have still not imprisoned anyone.
If it was there, then they know what's going on. I mean, I'll leave it at this, and then we'll end this interview. As far as I see it, anybody been to a Tyson fight, ain't fight in Vegas, man. If you staying 3 miles down the road, they'll tell you don't drive nowhere because you're not going to go nowhere. The traffic's so thick. Gangbangers do shit, they want you to know they did shit. Or if they didn't, they want to have the name of rapper doing some shit and everything else, but they always f***ing at the end of the day, you get caught. Biggie get killed in Beverly Hills outside of Vibe, and this motherfucker just floats into the sunset or the sun going down. Where you could have a jaywalking charge in the helicopter ghetto bird to be on your ass, and you can't go no fucking where. So with all that, where all these police, where all the feds, the fuck was that was supposed to be following Death Row, Bad Boy Big, and everything, when all this shit going, ain't no motherfucking body there.
Treach got very passionate while talking about Big and Pac's murder. He stated that their deaths weren't just another street murder. Treach claimed they were both assassinated and taken out through professional hits. After this, Treach couldn't handle it anymore and just walked out of the interview.
Gangsters do shit, and they wanted to be known they did and pass all the rest of that shit. I don't believe everything, you know. 2 of my niggas, they was assassinated professional hits, man. Fuck out of here, man. Say some niggas did. Yeah, man. Winter time in Florida too, then believe anything was fucked up. While all the rappers ain't nobody getting cooked, no.
I feel you, man.
Ain't nobody getting cooked. Anybody believe some old bull.
So, what do you think? Do you agree with Aries Spears that Vlad does behave like he knows more about black people than actual black people? And what do you think about the way YouGod handled the interview? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.